Travelling around Ireland, you'll see lots of different Methodist churches, and of course they're all different. Urban, rural, big, small, long established, newly planted, old buildings, rented premises. But they all have one common purpose, common ethos, and one common mission. So looking at your own local Methodist church, you may feel that you're part of something quite small. But actually, you're part of a very large and growing worldwide family. The Methodist Church is more than what we see in Ireland. You know, I've been so privileged to have had the chance to spend time with Methodists all around the world, and to see the work of our church in places as far apart as Togo, Chile, Denmark, Antigua, Uganda, Serbia, Haiti, Sierra Leone, Poland, and Bolivia, to name but a few. What a joy. You know, the global Methodist family is over 80 million people and still growing. I heard recently in South Korea there's one congregation, it's called Kumnan Methodist Church, with 140,000 members. But many of these churches around the world were originally planted through the work of missionaries who travelled very often from Ireland and from Britain to various places. Now, of course, time has passed. These churches have been established and are mature and growing, and they're now faithfully living out the gospel in their own context, and faithfully and powerfully and boldly doing mission. So let's look at a few examples. And first of all, we're going to follow a young man called Alex Toledo into the mountains of Cuba.
Soy Alexis Toledo, misionero de las montañas. Quiero compartir las vivencias que hemos tenido en este tiempo de pandemia. El transporte primeramente lo han cerrado y se ha hecho de mucha dificultad subir a las montañas, pero siempre hemos podido llegar, hemos tenido que buscar otras alternativas, coger el carro, pero algo impactante y algo lindo es que cuando hemos llegado allá no siempre nos hemos podido reunir, a pesar de que hemos tenido tiempos en grupitos, pero en otras ocasiones hemos tenido que estar visitando casa a casa, en ocasiones nos hemos mojado, pero aún así la palabra ha sido efectiva porque hemos llegado a la totalidad de los hogares. Pero muy impactante es ver cómo en medio del estrés, del miedo, de la desesperación de la mayoría, nos han abierto las casas, nos han pedido que oremos por ellos, a pesar de que no siempre todo el mundo lo ha asimilado, pero para la gloria del Señor, muchos han recibido hasta sanidad, para la gloria bendita del Señor, y esto ha sido algo lindo, porque ver que hay hambre y sed de Dios en este tiempo. Hemos caminado en ocasiones, y esto ha sido experiencia fuerte y que ha marcado, porque a pesar de que las condiciones muchas veces han sido adversas, Dios nos ha permitido que podamos continuar avanzando. La iglesia local también ha estado apoyando estas misiones con entrega de alimentos, medicamentos, y la ayuda ha estado presente. Bueno, estas han sido brevemente las experiencias más fuertes así que he tenido en todo este tiempo de COVID.
Isn't that great to see? And through World Mission Partnership, you help to support that kind of work in Cuba. Now another story, this time from the Amazon region of Brazil. And this involves a boat. You know, in that Amazon region, there are about 30,000 villages with very little or no evangelical witness. But World Mission Partnership has helped in the ongoing support of 8 missionaries who travel in that region planting churches. They also with the church operate a boat which travels up and down the villages sharing the good news of Jesus, but also offering healthcare and environmental training. If you have Facebook, you can follow that boat on their page, Barco Hospital Metodista. And from Ghana, another story, not of a boat this time, but a bus, although not quite the same as this type of bus. A few years ago, World Mission Partnership helped the Sunyani circuit in Ghana to purchase a minibus for use in reaching unevangelized rural areas. And you know, we've just heard that as a result, 5 new congregations have already been planted in the last 3 years, and this work continues into new areas still. So lots of mission happening in various places around the world, and as a result, God's church keeps getting bigger and bigger. And what's more, we're now in a new era where various churches in different places are working together to make Christ known. And Irish Methodist World Mission Partnership enables you to be part of this global collaboration of churches. One good example of churches collaborating together that you're part of comes from Mozambique. You give to the World Mission Fund, as do Methodists in Britain. And from that fund, a grant has been given to the Methodist Church of Southern Africa. This has been used to second a minister, the Reverend Mutamgamhaza, from the Methodist Church in Zimbabwe, to work in mission on a circuit called Chimeo, which is part of the Methodist Church in Mozambique. This mission post is called a National in Mission appointment. The giving by Methodists in Britain and Ireland has resulted in a new congregation now having a minister and evangelist, a building to meet in, a home for a visually impaired couple, and as well as that, seeds for planting have been distributed to over 500 families with funding provided by the Methodist Church of Southern Africa's mission unit. So we've got Ireland, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Britain and other South African churches all joining together for mission. Your giving to World Mission Partnership is also supporting the training of 2 ministerial students from the Methodist Church of Togo, but who are studying in the neighbouring country of Benin. And when they qualify in 2 years' time, they will be going to mission areas in Togo, one up in the north and the other near the Togo-Benin border. As well as facilitating churches to work together in mission, World Mission Partnership also opens up the opportunity for us to be stimulated and challenged by sister churches around the world. For example, the Methodist Church in Upper Myanmar is small and of course faces a lot of difficulties, a very tense political situation, economic difficulties, and now of course COVID. And yet through all of that, the Methodist Church in Myanmar continues to send indigenous missionaries into new areas. In fact, a new district has recently been established called Kanpetlet. More recently, during the COVID pandemic, the church has been sacrificially and effectively trying to help people learn about PPE and other prevention measures, and also doing a wonderful work through its hospital. Myanmar is one of those churches that challenges us to do church better. We need to learn that we can learn together with each other and from each other. This year, World Mission Partnership is producing Lenten Bible studies, and they're going to be prepared and written by people from Ireland and from Ghana, from Togo and from Poland. So that in that way we can stimulate each other and encourage each other and help each other to grow as Christians and to reach out to others in mission. In our Gospel reading, Jesus makes it clear to his disciples and to us that to follow him also means to go and tell others about him. We continue to support mission partners who come and who go. Mission in both directions. So we support Barry and Gillian Sloan in Germany, and Melissa Newell has just arrived in Ecuador. The Farmer family serve Myanmar, and Stephen McCann continues with 24/7 prayer in Ibiza in Spain. And we also receive missionaries into Ireland. My circuit colleague in Dublin is the Reverend Tawanda Sungai, sent to us from Zimbabwe. And last September, Fadzi Jongoro from Dublin Central Mission entered Edgehill College to train for our Irish ministry. She too is originally from Zimbabwe, which is where my great-uncle served as a missionary minister for many decades in the last century. Mission in both directions. And of course, our own Irish Methodist president this year, Reverend Dr. Sar Yambasu, was born, raised and ordained in Sierra Leone, but for many years has been ministering with us here in Ireland, just like many from Ireland in the past went to minister in Sierra Leone. In our second Bible reading, the Apostle Paul celebrates the fact that Thessalonian Christians who'd come to faith through his ministry have since been sharing their faith with others all around Macedonia and Achaia. Speaking of Macedonia, we have just recently helped to support the ongoing outreach work of the Methodist Church in North Macedonia, particularly their work amongst older people, people with special needs, and members of the Roma community. The churches in that region are a good example of churches working together and sticking together even when it's difficult, because that's a region of political tensions, and yet the Methodist churches of North Macedonia, Albania and Serbia all continue to join together as one Methodist conference. So, I hope you've seen that through World Mission Partnership we can pray and be prayed for, we can learn and be taught, we can give and receive, we can serve and be served with sisters and brothers in various churches all around the world. WMP enables this collaboration to continue, and your giving can help in that work. Help us to continue to join together with Methodists all over the globe in mission, sharing Jesus.